Today on RTX, we have Akil Augustine, host of Raptors Rundown. But honestly, as I've always said, you're everywhere, Akil.
I'm happy to be anywhere right now.
And of course, we have Ryan McNeil, journalist at athletesunfiltered.com. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, let's just get right on into it because Yuta Watanabe officially signed an NBA contract yesterday. He's a solidified member of the Raptors. No more two-way, but in the bigger picture of Asian inclusivity in the game of basketball, Akil, how significant was this move on and off the court?
It definitely comes at a great time. Definitely an interesting time with some ill-motivated events happening within our culture. So I think outside of the court of basketball, it means a lot to the people that he looks like, that he sounds like. I know what it means for me to watch an NBA game and to see like faces and like worldviews celebrated. So I can only imagine what it means like for my Asian brethren. But for the Raptors, no disrespect, it was a basketball thing. He deserved it. And I know we all felt for Utah after Anthony Edwards punched that one on him and he kind of got nailed to the bench for a bit. But, that next man up mentality is really stuck with the people that play for the Raptors. And to see him seize the opportunity when the injuries arose and prove that it's not a flash in the pan and, he's ready for the opportunity and he's willing to put his face in front of a shot or two, that was huge, man.
I'm just happy he survived that Anthony Edwards dunk. I thought that ended the poor kid. But seriously, I remember, and Akil can probably testify to this too, when Jeremy Lin was here, I got it firsthand just how big Jeremy Lin and his story was to local, national, even international media. And I think whether it's a movie like Boogie that came out March 5th of this year, talking about an Asian basketball player, and then you see Utah and you see Jeremy Lin's story, I think the more that Asian kids can look up to these basketball heroes or see them on a basketball court or in a movie, I think the more positive messages we can give, the better it is for everyone.
Shout out Jalen Green. Sorry, but shout out Jalen Green too, because the Filipino community supported me since day one since I got here, and he's up next.
Okay. Yeah, it's awesome to see faces that look like your own. And in Japan, I know his jersey earlier this season was announced to be the #1 selling. So it just talks about the impact of having a face that looks like your own playing on a team, especially the Raptors. It happens to be the team that he's on, but he's good enough to be in this league anywhere, really. And he's proven that, as you guys said, but we hated it had to be him on that dunk, man. We hated it had to be him. Okay, moving on. So as we're closing out the end of this season, there's a lot of guys now getting opportunities. I'm thinking about Malachi Flynn, Ken Burge, Paul Watson Jr., Freddie Gillespie. They're all getting opportunities, but who do you feel deserves a bigger role next year?
It's tough because if Kyle Lowry's back, I don't think it's Flynn. But if Lowry moves on to somewhere else, I think Flynn's poised for a great role in the backup point guard position. I think Birch, though, he'd be my pick because he's a veteran. He has playoff experience. Toronto needs some savvy, experienced post players. And Birch can hit the three still, so not just a post player. I would say Birch. How about you, Akil?
Well, I would start by saying this. Deserve is always a tough word for me because if you're on the Toronto Raptors squad, knowing the expectations and the effort that goes into just making this squad, you've already pretty much deserved an opportunity. But like you guys spoke on earlier, Ryan, you're popping right now. Eh? They know you're on TV.
He's famous.
But like you said earlier, a lot of it comes down to like who's ahead of you in the depth chart. So you stole my original answer, which was going to be Ken Burge, because I agree with you with what we're getting out of the center position. It's definitely, it's ripe for the picking. But I'll say this. I really wanted to see Jalen Harris get more minutes. It's been tough for him to get on the court. I feel like if there's anyone we don't know how good they could be, it's Jalen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the one for me where I'm like, ooh, I don't know. But it's going to be tough for him to find minutes with Gary Trent, Fred.
Exactly. And Akil, like as we saw covering 905, we saw what Jalen Harris can do at the 905. And so I want to see that converge to the next level. But as you know, you can't help injuries. And now that, you're trying to get a rotation spot and all these guys are stepping up. We saw Paul Watson have a career high. It's tough. It's tough. But for me, I'm going to say Malachi Flynn because he's been showing now more consistency. And I think that's what we've all been waiting for. And so he's taking advantage of his opportunity. I feel like that's the safe answer, but I'm going to go with it. I don't care. All right. Yahoo Sports, they actually released these 3 dancing OG memes. If you take a look at them, they got OG dancing with Drake in 2 of them. I think he's in one of the music videos. And then JB, Justin Bieber, in another one. Akil, I'm going to start with you since you're the joker here. What is the best meme, and what would you call this dance move?
Okay, first off, this has been a revelation to me in my own personal life. I used to think I was young, current, and hip. I'm not. So I got nothing for naming these, man. I'm out of it.
What do you mean? It's a cop-out.
No. Like, the last dance I could accurately name when I saw it was the Dougie. After that, yeah, that's the last one. That's it for me. I'm out. I can't do it.
What? Okay. Well, which one was the best meme?
Honestly, the JB's, because that song is killing it right now. Shouts out to Daniel Caesar and everybody else on that track. That's my favorite song. It's my wake-up song.
So, Peaches?
Yeah, Peaches. Shout out to Peaches.
Good.
I get my Peaches in Ontario, though.
Yeah, Sam. Ryan, which is your favorite meme?
I don't know how I follow that. Because, Savannah, I'm not young. I'm not hip either. However, when I saw the meme, though, the sideline one was my favorite. And it reminds me of myself because I've been going to see the chiropractor, the therapist. So the name for me, old man with a bad hip. That's what I would call it.
All right, okay.
If you guys really want to see some good OG dancing footage, back when he was in Indiana, they were at the Maui Invitational, and he's on stage for about 1.5 minutes, busting down dances I could name, Dutty Whining, Stanky Leg, all sorts of stuff. So now, see, that's more my window back then. But check that out on YouTube. Shout out to OG.
Jake's got to splice that in here somehow, Savannah. Let's get Jake on here.
Jake in the bag. Okay, Jake, you're on it. Thank you guys so much. We're getting too wild. We got to get back to Paula Jones and Sher.